and Steve Kerr. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Wow, the fans making a lot of noise here inside the arena. The Sacramento Kings are getting settled in. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Vasquez?
And you can see his knowledge, his basketball IQ, by the way he operates that pick and roll.
Yeah, he's really got that down. I mean, it doesn't matter who the screener is. Either he can run it with just about anybody on the receiving end. You take a look at the offense for the Kings last season. There are some things to build on here, guys. 4th in the NBA in fast break points, top 4 in points in the paint. Those are good numbers to build your offensive foundation around.
And it's Chicago to start out. Rose with the ball. Outside Butler. Left side Boozer. It's rebounded by McLemore. But for the Kings, I think Coach Mike Malone will try to get them to play a little more unselfishly, Steve, especially at the offensive end.
Yeah, they had a team last year that just seemed to be jacking up shots anytime they could get one up individually. They were among the lowest in the league in assists as a team. A lot of isolation basketball. It was not pretty to watch.
Now here's Butler, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Rose off the pick from Boozer, and finished off by Rose. Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely, those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Now here's Vasquez. He's covered by Rose. The three is off target from Vasquez. On defense, Sacramento. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I caught up with Coach Tom Thibodeau. He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Vasquez. Carlos Boozer unable to get his shot to go. Vasquez kicks to McLemore. No luck. And the Bulls going the other way now.
Mike Malone, the new head coach of the Sacramento Kings, son of a former NBA coach. Mike has been credited with helping teams improve their defenses, whether it was in New Orleans with Chris Paul, last season with Golden State. But Malone, very well regarded in NBA coaching circles.
And the Sacramento team, Clark, not without offensive talent, but their defense has been their shortcoming.
And that's the area they've got to ramp up and improve. And Coach Malone is going to have an opportunity to put his stamp on this team by improving them at the defensive end of the floor.
And the first one drops.
People have talked about the defensive renaissance in Chicago as a big part of their turnaround, and that's accurate. Thibs has done wonders for this team defensively, but another aspect is that they've had one of the deepest benches in the league the past few years, too.
Dang, hits them both. Go back to what you said, Clark, about Chicago. It is a credit to them that they've been able to constantly add or draft talent that is ready to step in for them and, Steve, contribute off the bench.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You think about Taj Gibson, a late first-round pick. Jimmy Butler last year really emerged as one of the best young players in the league. Great story. So terrific job by the Bulls front office in figuring out which player to take later in the first round.
Here's Rose. Following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Rose goes in. That's good.
It's going to be tough for the defense today. If he's got his A game rolling here tonight, we'll see.
The Kings have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Cousins with a screen on Rose. Vasquez passes to Cousins. From 17 feet out. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Rose with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. Noah with a screen for Rose. Noah dishes to Rose. Noah kicks to Rose. 6 to shoot. Rose off the pick from Noah. Off the screen. That misses off the backboard.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
Now here's Mbamute. Pass to McLemore. And that one's good.
Ben McLemore, a player who has drawn some comparisons to Ray Allen because of a beautiful shooting motion and a pretty athletic, strong body. Also a top-tier athlete. In fact, McLemore measured a 42-inch max vertical at the draft combine.
Here's Boozer after the made shot from McLemore. Here's Rose. That's good. Rose has got 6 points.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
Now here's Vasquez. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And back to McLemore, an explosive leap, and Clark able to finish through contact inside.
Kevin, he clearly has the ability to hurt you inside and outside. I think he still has to develop as a slasher, become more elusive, and I think that'll come with an understanding of how to play the game. He's really young in his basketball journey right now.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. For Chicago, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Here's Gibson. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Selmans kicks to Thomas. Sacramento moving it around. Sacramento gets it back. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
The Kings shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And they averaged about 77% from the free throw line a year ago. So this is a solid free throw shooting team.
First one falls for.
Guys, how about the Bulls being able to nab the 5th seed in the East last season, in large part due to how they were able to play on the road. Of course, when you play tough, solid defense like they do, it makes it easier to be competitive and string together road wins.
That one drops. He ties it up. And for the Bulls, defense is one of the few things in the NBA that can neutralize a home court advantage. And Steve, a big part of why they had the success they had on the road.
Yeah, they went 21-20 away from the United Center, and one of only 5 teams in the entire East who managed to stay above 500 away from home. That's a real tribute to this team and the coaching staff.
Just 2 to shoot. Dang can't get it to go. Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Selmans passes to Thornton. Butler with the block, but they recover it. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Here's Landry. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Heinrich kicks to Dang. Dang off the pick from Dunleavy. Heinrich with it. Now Thomas defending. The dish to Butler. Pass to Dang. On deep. Again, the miss by Dang. Salmon's with it. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And here is Landry. Oh, yes, the turnaround. And that concludes the first quarter. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And for the Kings guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, the thing they tried to establish right away was the presence down low. You look at the points in the paint. I think that's been the difference.
Yeah, and I like the fact, Steve, that they're not settling for the outside shots. I mean, go in there and get what you want. Keep attacking the rim.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Inside, Gibson and Noah. Heinrich and Butler at the 2 and 3. And it's Rose in at the 1 spot. Now here's Thornton. And he gets it to go. Thomas got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Sacramento.
Tell you what, it's hard to argue with the record for Coach Tom Thibodeau of the Bulls, but the rumor mill has it that the front office hasn't been happy with how hard he's ridden his top players. Luol Deng missed time last season with the hamstring injury. Joakim Noah came down with plantar fasciitis. Hey, those things happen, and I'm not quite sure you can put that at the feet of Tom Thibodeau.
Here's Thomas after the made shot from Gibson. Here's Salmons. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Salmons got the lead up to 7 now for the Kings. Now here's Rose. He has 6. Pass to Heinrich. Puts one up from 19, and that one's good. And going back to Tom Thibodeau and that minutes load on his stars, it seems it's getting harder for players to weather big minutes, Steve, these days.
I think it's going to be really interesting going forward to see this Bulls team this year and beyond. Will that wear them down? Their guys play too many minutes. They've had a lot of injuries. I think it's time to scale back a little bit on the minutes played.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, in a lot of ways, Joakim Noah is the heart of this Bulls team. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, he's an all-star, and I can see him winning Defensive Player of the Year. But the most important thing is he plays to win. He can have 5 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 blocks, and he's happy because we won. Guys, Derrick Rose said it best. He's a warrior, and everybody is following him.
Thanks, Doris. He's such a character, so passionate about his defensive role.
You know, with the troubles he's had butting heads with coaches and others, you might wonder why the team keeps putting up with Cousins' antics. Well, I'll tell you why. The greater your talent, the longer your rope, because this kid does have talent.
The free throw drops for Cousins. And Clark, you mentioned Cousins' problems. There were some rumblings last season that the Kings might look to trade him, Steve, and I think there would be some teams that would say, you know what, this is a quality guy that maybe needs a new environment.
I think teams would be very interested in him. The question is, how much would they be willing to give up? Because it is a bit of a risk, not knowing exactly what you're getting. But Cousins, an intriguing talent. There's no doubt about that.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Rose kicks to Heinrich. Now Rose, 6 points for him. And there's the feed to Noah. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Dunleavy. Here's Boozer, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Well, this guy has a huge bag of tricks that he can dip into on the low block. He's really mastered an array of complicated moves.
And that makes him a splendid, supreme scoring threat in the post. I mean, he baits the hook, and the defenders almost always are biting. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, to me, one reason why Carlos Boozer is such a valuable scorer is that he can hurt you in a multitude of ways inside. He can hit the rainbow jumper of his, and when he's back to the basket, can go over both shoulders very well.
Boozer hits them both. And for Boozer, you remember the story. Growing up in Alaska, his dad tied his right hand to his waist so he'd have to develop his left, and that was something that he worked on even more when he went to Duke.
Well, yeah, his left hand is fantastic. I mean, that's his preferred hand when he's finishing around the rim. A right-handed jump shooter, but anything around the basket is usually his left. So he probably owes his dad a debt of gratitude for tying him up all the time.
That's one way to put it. Bulls trail by 5. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Heinrich. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That's his first foul.
Yeah, you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Outside Rose. Feeds to Heinrich. Back to Rose. 6 to shoot. For 3. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Heinrich.
Now the shots are starting to fall a little bit more than they did in the first quarter.
Yeah, they say it's not how you drive, it's how you arrive in golf. Well, a shaky start can be overcome because now they're starting to heat up.
And they call an illegal screen here.
One of the reasons they've got the lead is because they've taken good care of the ball, though.
The Bulls have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Chicago calls timeout.
Well, the business of the NBA in pretty good stead. The Kings sold back in May for a record price of $525 million, and the Seattle group had offered even more. Team value is certainly on the rise around the league. Better arenas, more lucrative TV contracts. Part of the reason that's the case.
Here's Boozer. Kicks it to Rose. The pass to Dunleavy. Noah with a screen for Rose. To the left wing. 5 on the clock. The game now all time. Dunleavy's got his first basket. And back to the bidding war for the Kings with the great offer from the Seattle group. Steve, do you think there's a chance the league could expand to Seattle?
I think so, especially with that tremendous offer that the Seattle group put forward. And now the new CBA, it's made it much more favorable for the owners. I think in the next few years, we will see at least one expansion team, maybe 2.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hi, gentlemen. For the Sacramento Kings, a lot of rookies, and not just among the players. A new first-time majority owner, a new rookie GM, and Mike Malone, a first-time head coach. New blood taking over. But for all 3, extensive experience in assisting roles, whether assistant coach, assistant GM, or minority ownership. So guys, despite being new to the lead role, none of them lack for experience.
Thanks, Doris. We'll see how they do.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Now here's Rose. 8 points for him. Noah with a screen on Thompson. Here's Rose. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. So for the Bulls, Gibson comes in for Joakim Noah. And it's Dang in for Mike Dunleavy. Clock is at 3. Gibson with it. Now guarded by Hayes. And again, Chicago. No good.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
Vasquez dishes to Hayes. It's stolen by Dang. Butler against Mbaamuta. Rose passes to Boozer. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 5 assists in the game.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
And the shot is good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Dishes it to Gibson. And that one's good. Gibson's got 4 points this quarter.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Vasquez kicks to McLemore. Gibson against Landry. Shot clock at 6. McLemore dishes to Landry, and that one's good. Landry's got it all tied up now for the Kings.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Rose, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. And the Kings making a change here.
Isaiah Thomas.
Nine seconds left now here in the second. He feeds it to Gibson. With 1 on the clock. No good trying to beat the buzzer. It's all tied in Sacramento. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And folks, make sure to stay tuned in for halftime, and we'll be back right after that.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And coming your way now, the Monday edition of our halftime show. Let's get it started. The Kings are battling hard in this one. Great energy and aggression offensively, making their own luck with a lot of second chance points. Carl Landry's been a huge X factor. After 2, he's got 6 points, and it's been a good overall defensive game for him. He's brought a nice intensity to the floor in this one.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And the players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
Well, when he gets to the rim, you know he's going to score. That's just the way it is. And he's been getting there a lot so far today.
And Steve, he's been operating at extremely close range. The D has to do a much better job of protecting the basket the rest of the way.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Kings. Up front, it's Thompson and Cousins. The guards, Vasquez and McLemore. And it's Mbah-a-Moute in at the small forward. Chicago with the ball, trailing by 2. And dang, here we go. This one for 3. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
You know, last year, guys, I think it was in mid-February, Rose said that he wouldn't mind taking the whole year off. Usually you never hear stuff like that come out of a star's mouth, but his reasoning sounded sound. You have to listen to your body and take it from there. And everybody's a little different in how they respond, not only to an injury, but how they get ready to return and come back to the court.
Clock at 6. Boozer passes to Deng. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And guys, Deng has developed into a very good shooter, especially off spot ups or maybe one dribble pull-ups. He's got range. He's developed that out to the three-point line, but he really likes to go to that mid-range area. 1 or 2 dribbles into the paint, he'll rise up, shoot right over the top.
But you know what I like about him most, Steve? Deng is a very well-balanced player. He does a lot of good things offensively, but he's just as good at the defensive end. He's a big key to his team's tough defense.
Well, you go back to Rose and his recovery from that tough ACL tear. There was a fair amount of pressure on him to return in the playoffs, especially with other Bulls players themselves battling through injury.
In fact, I was vocal about it, Kevin. I said that I thought he should come back, that he owed it to his teammates. But, you know, in the end, he had to feel right. He had to feel confident. And if that was not the case, then he made the right decision in holding off to play this year.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, Kevin. Tom Thibodeau had some words for his team in that last huddle. He outlined a new set of priorities for them, the main one being to attack the basket at every opportunity. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
All right, Doris. Thompson off the pick from Mba'amuta. Here's Cousins. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Cousins has got it all tied up now for the Kings. Chicago calls timeout.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Rose kicks it to Noah. Passes it to Butler. There's the dish to Rose. Back to Butler. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Just 5 to shoot. And dang, here we go. 3-pointer. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Dang. And 11 points for Derrick Rose.
Well, the Kings gave up the most points in the league last season, guys, but new coach Mike Malone has a great reputation as a defensive mind. He's shown that as an assistant with the Hornets and the Warriors. And in both cases, he helped those teams get better defensively. They're expecting him to do the same thing with the Kings.
The Bulls leading by 3. Back to Butler. He kicks it to Noah. Pass to Butler. Rose goes in. That's good. Now it's a 5-point Bulls lead. And you look at the defensive numbers for the Kings last season, one of the worst rebounding teams in the league, among the lowest in blocks, in fact, Steve, in the NBA.
Yeah, there wasn't much going defensively in terms of a scheme and a competitive edge to this team. And that's what Mike Malone is trying to bring to them. He wants to hold them accountable, to really bring a toughness and an edge defensively. And that's the goal this year.
Now here's Rose after the miss from Vasquez. Left side, Butler. Outside, Rose. And the rejection by Cousins. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
For Sacramento, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
2 shots.
No good on that one.
Well, the Bulls battled in last year's postseason. Got a Game 7 win in Brooklyn to sneak out of round 1 in what was one of the more interesting series of the first round, but then fell to the Heat in round 2.
That one is no good. And for the Bulls, no Rose the whole time, and they had questions constantly being asked if he would return, but the team came together, Steve, and showed the Bulls aren't just a one-man show.
You know, they missed him, though, Kevin. I mean, desperately. I thought they performed admirably, but they really needed him against the Heat. They were able to steal Game 1 in that Eastern Conference semifinal matchup, but without him, the Bulls just didn't have enough firepower to beat Miami.
Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Thompson. 1:43 left in the third quarter of the game. Heinrich against Selmans. Now here's Heinrich. Defense right on him.
A bit of an odd year for Kirk Heinrich, who normally is a very efficient player, but started off last season shooting way below his career norms from the floor. Ran the team pretty well, but it was kind of strange to see him shoot so poorly.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Chicago.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin. Closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively, and they've been turning those turnovers into points.
He's off on the first. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Thornton with it. He's picked up by Heinrich. Thornton dishes to Thomas. Left side, Thomas. Drilled from 11 feet out. Thomas got 5 points so far. And going back to Heinrich, more of a jump shooter offensively. Sometimes that shot can come and, of course, as you know, go.
Yeah, he's not the scorer that he once was in his younger days, but the main attribute for Heinrich is his defense. Just an incredible defender, great footwork, fundamentals, anticipation, and much stronger than he looks. He can guard ones and twos.
Here is Thomas. Following the basket by Kirk Heinrich. Here's Salmons. The baseline jumper goes down. Now here's Heinrich. 7 points in the game. 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Dang. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Dang's got the lead up to 5 now for the Bulls. The Kings have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Here's Thomas. He's got 5. Pass to Salmons. Shoots the 3. And it's Dang with the rebound.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, I've been impressed with just both teams' energy, just really working hard on the board.
They get it back. Shot's good by Gibson. Now it's a 7-point Bulls lead.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on the follow, just like he got there.
And we've reached the end of the third. Bulls out front, up 7. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Well, tremendous point guard play, but that's nothing new coming from him. This is what you expect, the gorgeous feed there.
The Bulls leading by 7. So the Bulls 5 right now. Heinrich and Rose the guards. Up front, Boozer and Noah. And it's Dang in at the small forward spot. High post try, and right on target. Good. And that's 15 points for Rose.
The shot quality is very good here, and they're making most of them this half.
Oh, the way they're converting on seemingly every shot, I wouldn't be surprised to see their field goal percentage just keep going up.
Vasquez kicks to Thornton. Shot clock at 6. The feed now to Vasquez. Goes up to the stripe. Chicago grabs the miss. Noah's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Noah. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Noah once again had a really solid season, but his field goal percentage numbers dropped from where they had been the past few years. I think part of it was not having Derrick Rose on the floor, and then also he was hurt. Plantar fasciitis bothered him some, but not having Rose, I think, led to Noah forcing the issue a bit. That free throw good from Noah. Well, and speaking of Noah, some
dip into his finishing numbers. You wonder if his injuries played a part in that.
Yeah, Coach Thibodeau rode him pretty hard. A career high in minutes. In fact, second most per game among centers in the NBA last season. And we remember he had the foot injury during the playoffs. So he's always had some health issues, but he's battled through them.
Are you surprised that he's become the warrior that he's become in the NBA?
Not really, Kevin. He was a winner at Florida, a guy who loved to play. He's got a lot of passion for the game.
And, you know, for the Kings, with a new ownership group, a new coach, a new front office, and a new downtown arena on the horizon, it's exciting times for the Kings fans and a lot of newfound optimism around this team, too.
Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut to just 9 on the basket from Cousins. And Chicago's shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And the Kings, a team that experienced a period of great success in the 90s, back the late 90s and early this century. But they had undergone a 7-year playoff drought, and Steve, times had gotten pretty dire.
Well, there's a lot of change in the air in Sacramento this season with new ownership, new management, new coaching, and some young talent with Ben McLemore. So I think there's hope going forward for the Sacramento Kings.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Tom Thibodeau had some words for his team in that last huddle. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
McLemore, the pass to Vasquez. This one for 3, and the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Mbamute.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
Noah with a screen for Rose. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Thompson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Cousins with a screen on Rose. Shoots from the corner, and the Kings check on 2 more.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Heinrich dishes to Noah. A look from Rose. Rose can't get that one to fall.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert. He's got to take that every time.
Vasquez kicks to McLemore. The 15-footer. They get the rebound.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Rose goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Rose has got 9 points here in the second half.
See how he used the rim to protect the ball perfectly from the defender on that reverse.
Vasquez kicks to McLemore. Feeds it to Cousins. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
The Bulls leading by 4. Rose with the ball. Rose off the pick from Boozer. Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Cousins. Heinrich outside. The kick out to Dang. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. There's the pass to Vasquez. Cousins with a screen on Heinrich. Vasquez passes to Mbamute. There's the 3. Vasquez can't get it to go.
Oh, boy, he is just cold as ice. I don't think he's going to be the one to help them cut into the lead.
Rose attacking, kicks to Boozer, and stolen by Cousins. They're running, moving it up. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Vasquez.
Oh, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're leading by 2. A minute 50 left in the 4th. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Mike Malone as he addressed his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Cousins. Coach was obviously looking for big things from him in this game and is still hoping that takes shape very quickly. Gentlemen, some late game adjustments that could prove crucial in the game's closing moments. Kevin, over to you.
And thank you for that, Doris. Noah's shot is off.
You know, his finishing ability leaves a lot to be desired, guys. He needs to take it to the basket stronger.
And here's Vasquez. This is to Mba Amute. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To tie it up. Rose with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
Here's Rose. 1:12 left to play in the final quarter. No good. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Now Vasquez. He feeds it to Mba Amute. Passes it to Cousins. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Excellent game we've seen from DeMarcus Cousins. He's got 14 points and 2 steals. Really dominating this game, just taking it over.
Just making it look effortless as well.
2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. Carl Landry's checked in for Sacramento. No luck that time either. Absolutely critical chance right here.
Yeah, they need this one to go their way, Kevin.
Rose dishes to Butler. Then kicks to Butler. Stolen by Landry.
Well, they're still within reach, but they need a hoop pretty much every time down the floor.
Well, they've got a little life, but they better execute every time.
Well, they had a foul to give, but they couldn't get it done before that shot attempt.
Yeah, and giving up free throws isn't ideal here, Steve. You know that, but at least they've got the clock stopped.
At the line for 2.
Gets the first. That narrows the gap to 1. And it's tied up with that one.
Incredible composure at the line to tie it up and give them a chance to get it to overtime.
Chicago calls timeout. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now here's Rose. The dish to Noah. On the wing, Dang. Shot to end this cold run. Oh, off target. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And here's Mbamute. Here's Vasquez. Count it! And so it's Sacramento who scraped by with the win. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail-biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
And now we send you down to Doris Burke courtside, who's with our Jordan player of the game. Doris?
Well, DeMarcus, congratulations on the win tonight. We know you're a very intense player, but tonight you certainly seem to be having a lot of fun out there.
That's the thing. I'm just trying to come out here and have fun. I got a lot going for myself, and I'm too blessed to be out here frowning all the time. I'm going to try to keep a smile on my face.
We love to see you smile, DeMarcus. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan player of the game, DeMarcus Cousins.